Last week, our topic for discussion at Our Way Lifestyle Support Group, which I will just remind you is still open to accepting new members, was around the difference between interest and commitment. We focused our attention on what is implied by the term commitment and how to set a realistic standard for living. This coming week, we're going to talk about goals. A commitment and a goal are sometimes used interchangeably, but to my way of thinking, these are two separate ideas. A commitment is made for life. Sure, things might come along and through no fault of your own, that commitment might be broken. But when you make it, you enter into it believing that it is for life. Goals, on the other hand, are big or small steps taken on our way to change. So the timeline is like this. You get to a point where you're tired of your own excuses. You are so fed up that you are willing to jump feet first into change, and you commit to being different than you are right now. Goals are the things that you set up along the way to bring you that much closer to who you're trying to become. Goals are the small steps you take every day, every week, every month to bring about those big changes. Goals are required for making your commitment work because change is hard. Change takes time, and even when you think you have it all figured out, life is going to throw a curveball, and that's going to make you need to change all over again. This journey has no end point. The end is the end. So you have to get away from that mindset of finishing something so that you can return to your old ways. Instead, think that your small steps are transforming you into something completely different and that there is no going back. A butterfly can never go back to being a fat caterpillar. Commitment is pointing yourself in a forward-facing direction, while goals are the lights along the path to keep you going. You can have large goals, a weight goal, a goal size, a goal fitness level, but most often those are long-term goals, and you can't expect to get to them overnight. So in order to keep you motivated, you need short-term goals as well. These are the tiny steps that will eventually get you to those bigger goals. I have dream boards and visions of future things that I want to do. I keep those in my sight, I look at them daily, but my focus is on the things that I can do each and every day. My daily goals are things that might not seem to make much of a difference when you look at them on their own, but when you add them up and look at them over time, you see that they are what bring about change. Aristotle says that we are what we repeatedly do, and these smaller goals, which I repeat daily, are what has and continue to shape my life. Set your small goals. Start small. Don't get overwhelmed. And throughout the day, ask yourself, is this taking me one step closer to the right direction? At my gym, there's a quote that asks, is what you're doing today getting you closer to who you want to be tomorrow? And that's something I ask myself before most of the decisions I make. So this coming week, we're going to talk more in detail about goals and how to make good ones. I'll provide you with some strategies that work for me, and I'd really love if people who come would prepare some tips on what works for them. We're all different, and we don't know what it is that we need until we're exposed to it. The first time I heard the word habit tracker, I thought it was the most ridiculous thing in the world, and I now use it every day and have for months. That tool has single-handedly kept me on better track than I ever could have imagined. The point is that the more that we share, we are helping each other more and more. So in the following week, that's like October 7th, and for the first meeting of every month, I'm going to ask people to come prepared with a monthly goal. That's something that you plan to crush within 30 days or less. It's something reasonable and attainable. Although we've always been told to reach for the moon because if you fall, then you'll land among the stars, I kind of disagree with this logic. I say Reach for the sky, knowing that you can get there. That way you have no excuse not to, and if you do more than you said you were going to, then not only do you land among the stars, but you get this wonderful sense of pride knowing that you surpassed your goal. That feeling is a lot better than feeling that you missed your mark, even if you are among the stars. So I hope everyone can take time to think about our next topic, and I'm excited, extremely excited, to see you all and hopefully some new faces on Monday.